Alright, quick update. I'll put out there 65 Mustang here, 289. Doing aluminum radiator 4-core with a fan. Got it over here. Looks nice. Fan's nice and short. Cool case. Really give them props on their packaging and shipment. Everything was very nice. Good boxes. There's the other boxes there. But run into the problem. This 289 has a factory long nose water pump. One belt, no power steering, just alternator, crank, and water pump. So putting the radiator in it, awesome aluminum. One thing I don't like, they put cold case painted on the inside of the radiator instead of the outside, which I guess you don't really want to look at that through the grill, but very, very nicely done. But they don't tell you, or maybe they do, you need a short nose water pump and you need a short nose pulley to bring the belt, once everything's moved back, short pulley to bring everything back in line. So finally, they don't make a factory one, and there's other companies, but we went with Ford. They make a short nose water pump. Comes with a gasket. And let me get this out of here. Probably can't do this. Let that fall. Alright. Short nose water pump. Aluminum. Nice. But now, do you see a problem where you got the lower radiator hose out the driver's side, factory comes out the passenger? So I'm gonna have to get some hoses. We'll come out here, do some 90s. Might have to have a stainless steel little, it's 1.5 inch outside diameter, inside diameter for the hose, outside diameter for the pipe. Do a 90 and then maybe a little piece and a 90 back to do a 90 where the lower hose goes. So this is we've been having problems getting parts. We'll do the brakes later. We upgraded from disc, or from drum to disc, but this problem here, radiator's good, everything, long nose water pump. So short nose water pump, we got to deal with this being on the driver's side. And now we get to CVF Racing. Couldn't find a short nose, that's what I would call it, pulley. There's nothing factory made, so you have to buy, that's the crank pulley, billet aluminum. You got water pump pulley, which is what we need. Show this, very nice. See how much shorter it is. So that'll take up the 1.5 inches. It's supposed to be an 1.5 inch difference, which looking pretty close. But you buy it as a kit. Water pump. We did find, long story, Did find the water pump pulley separate, but you buy it as a kit with the alternator pulley. Very nice. Has the nice little nose for the front of the pulley, and then the pulley, they're all billet aluminum, so probably that way, put that on. Very nice. And what we have on the 289 that we ordered, and we had problems with them trying to get the right parts. This is a can't see it. This is a 3-bolt pulley for the balancer. 3-bolt crank's what they call it, instead of 4. They made 4 and a 3. So there's the 3-bolt pulley for the balancer on the crank. We ordered a 3-bolt, which we couldn't even order this stuff. We called them, and they wouldn't even let us order the parts over the phone. They told us to go online and order them. So they shipped us a 4-bolt pulley instead of a 3. We knew what we needed to get. We tried to confirm through them, but we were still told to order it online. Did have a little problem through Jegs. They're like, well, short nose water pumps. You sure it's not a small block Chevy? Like, that's, well, you know, we heard it on that. Like, I for some reason, a small block Ford, it's only a performance part. It's not a factory part, I guess you can get. So it's a performance. I understand that, but we're just trying to keep everything kind of factory. Engine's a little, it's got a cam and stuff in it, a little done up, but nothing crazy. Headers. Trying to keep just the V-belt, because there's nothing major running off of it. And a good radiator for upgrades after, you know, radiator was leaking. Doing wiring here for the fan, wanted to fix all that. Got stuff run over there. Relay. But we still get the wrong parts even after we order the right parts. So it looks like everything's going to fit. Have to get it all together, see what we got going on. I mean, I'm very pleased with the quality of it. But we still got the wrong part. Next one will be, this is CJ Pony parts. Seems like a very good company. Had a problem with the rotor. This is actually, this is an upgrade to a 65, be a Mustang GT 500 upgrade. Disc brakes on the front, drilled and slotted. It's a 4-piston caliper. But we had a problem with the rotor, and this one, yes, they say this is the left, and it looks backwards. Tell me if I'm wrong. I always thought they go the other way. I guess they both go the same way, it don't matter. But we had a problem with the rotor. I guess I'll go ahead and get into it. The boxes were so beat up. It was busted off where, I know there's grease in it, but that's where I had to put it on the car to move it out, because we had to wait for parts. But it was busted from shipping. And they said, that doesn't come from us. It comes from another company. So that's not our fault. There's the pieces. But they tried to say we installed the seal wrong. You know, like, how can you beat a grease seal in so hard that you're busting that out? We took pictures of the boxes. So I think everything was box wrong on that for the rotor part. And I don't even know their kit. The bracket that holds the caliper, this side says right side. And if you put it on the way they wanted it, the bracket would be this way. And you can't like swap them back and forth unless you switch them because the bolt pattern are offset. So if you flip the black bracket over here, you're going to be hitting where your tie rod goes. So you had to put left on the right side and right on the left side. But everything fits nicely. The hose is long enough. Like the hose couldn't even go back here because the hose is about 20 inches long and it fits perfectly from the caliper up to where the factory brake line comes in. And somebody put that red wire, I want to replace it. They got an electric fuel pump and they ran it down along the fuel pump line, but that's another story to replace that. Run it a different way and make it cleaner. That's what I'm doing to the engine bay. But they sent us another rotor. We sent them. It's been back and forth. I don't have the picture. I'm not saying 100% right, but I thought I sent them a right rotor because they sent us a left, and the left rotor that is on the driver's side I had to put on the passenger side. So they're calling this the left rotor. And that's the way I always see drilled and slotted rotors go. So if that's a left rotor on the right side, I need a right rotor. But if this is the right way it goes, I need a left rotor. I don't know. That's where they don't know the part on the rotors because it doesn't come from them. The calipers and the other calipers, brake hoses, and that kit comes from them. The rotors come from another company. They did make it, like I said, make it right. They sent us a rotor, still the wrong one. This one looks like it should be on this side, so I need a left rotor, but this is said to be a left rotor. Very confusing once you start thinking about it. And it's like which side's which. But yeah, the way the rotors would go, I would think they would sweep backwards instead of sweeping forward. But next step, I think we got everything. Put the new water pump on, clean that up a little bit, get that blue water pump out of there, get the pulleys. We'll have to keep the factory pulley on the crank and get with them, see if they'll send us another one so we can send that one back, get the alternator and water pump pulley on and the radiator fan put in it. Everything should fit, but it's been a little hectic trying to get just normal parts that you could get, I guess, for Chevys. What I'm hearing, like, oh, this is, I've never heard of this about Ford trying to do this. I don't know. But nobody really couldn't just get it from one place. One place had something, the other place had something, or they had, it's been a runaround. They try to, I don't even know why we couldn't even order it online, but, well, not online, over the phone. But very nice water pump, very nice pulleys. We'll see how it goes from here. If anybody has any information or been through this, or this could be a learning experience for you too, I hope it helps.